Hi guys, I'm back. I was gonna upload yesterday, but then I figured, yeah. So I'm back again with this goofy idea. It worked last video, and it was working for me in the gym today. So I figured, why not keep using it? I haven't checked if the Evo Royal Ghost is out yet, but I think it's fine. I don't know what's going on with my mic, but. Yeah, so in this video, I wanted to talk about my experience running a half marathon. So for those of you who don't know, a half marathon is about 13.1 miles. I don't know what it is in kilometers, which is pretty ironic because I grew up on standard units. Like I pretty much grew up with kg and kilometers and stuff like that. But I guess when I moved here and learned about pounds and miles, I guess I completely forgot everything about standard unit. What? Why is it targeting the... Okay, that's stupid. I've already lost this game. Let's fireball that. Maybe I should have used ability there. It's fine. Yeah, it was a... Oh, that was weird. You guys didn't notice that. He's got Inferno Dragon. You know, I'm a big Inferno Dragon hater. I always hate seeing it when my opponent plays it, but, everybody has their own play style, their own cards that they like or what have you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down so that way all of that can tank it. Beautiful. That's a lumberjack. Okay. Not too worried about that lumberjack. Let's go Dart Goblin. Let's hope. There we go. The Tesla doesn't snipe it like that. I don't think the ability is good here because, yeah, that's going to... Oh, he missed his arrows. Okay. Well, there goes my Dart Goblin getting insane value. Look at that thing, Dart Goggins. But yeah, so I've been a runner before. I used to run track for 3 years in high school, and then I did 1 year of cross country. So I've always been like a runner, but after high school, I kind of stopped, and I didn't really run in college either. Hold on, I gotta lock in for this. That Inferno Dragon did a lot of damage. Let's go with that. I think that should still be okay. Please. Okay. I'm gonna go with this here. Nice. Beautiful. Arrows is fine. I can still pop the ability right here. Let's go. That's still gonna get some value. Maybe not as much as I wanted. What the hell? Okay, get that out. So let's go like that. What? That killed the... Okay, nope. I guess this is not working anymore. Ouch. Well, that was game one. Great game one. Yeah. So it's 13.1 miles. But my tracking app, I use Strava, I'm pretty sure. My tracking app said it was like 14.5 or 14.8 or something like that. So I don't know if my thing was off or maybe the coordinators or whatever, the function trolled us. Okay. I don't have log, which I'm starting to realize is probably a really bad thing for this deck. I think Vine should be... Is that a level 13 Electro Wizard? Okay. I'm gonna go Skeletons right here. Beautiful. Just, you love to see it. Let's go Skarmy over here to distract. Or not distract, but build up the Skeleton King. Beautiful. And then let's go ability on the Witch. Okay, that's not bad. We got some damage, and we get to chip away at his mini P.E.K.K.A. But yeah, so I was training for it for about 2 months, but I already ran before. Like I've already ran a good amount of miles before, so it wasn't as bad for me. But I can imagine, somebody just starting out running and practicing for a half marathon. Like I can see how scary that would be, and honestly I was scared too. I didn't know if I was gonna have it in me to do it, but yeah, I ended up running 13.1 miles. Pretty happy with it. The only thing is that, so even though I was training for it for 2 months, I think about like 4 or 5 days before the event or whatever, I texted my ex. That's always a great idea. I texted my ex, and she basically said like, I'm gonna block you. And so she proceeded to block me on everything, even Spotify. And I took it pretty hard. I took it really hard. I'm doing a lot better now. I've kind of just accepted it for what it is and trying to move on from it. But it still stings a little bit. It's not nice to not feel wanted, right? Especially when you want someone, right, and they make you feel unwanted. Like, it hurts. And I'm not gonna sit here and act all tough because it does hurt. But I'm not gonna cry. Not like I'm gonna be really upset about it. I've already done that. Anyways, yeah. So because of my ex blocking me and me reaching out, I'm not putting the blame on her. Just to make that clear, I'm putting the blame on myself because I shouldn't have done it. Okay, is this witch gonna die? Thank you. God, that was annoying. He has arrows, right? I'm gonna vines that just to get rid of the witch, because the witch is annoying. Oh, that's not fun. Okay. That's a lot of them. Let's go like that. That should be fine. Arrows is still not gonna be enough. I can clean all of that up. Beautiful. Let's go Prince in front of the... Okay, let's go Dark Goblin right here. Beautiful. The stupid evil witch. But yeah, so, after that happened and I took it pretty hard, I was really debating about running this half marathon. Because I was like, it's probably going to affect me mentally while I'm running. And I'm about to lose this game. Oh. Yeah, keep crying in my face, man. Yeah, you were using Evil Witch and Evil Mega Knight. Like, yeah, that takes so much skill, man. Good job. But about like I think even up to the race, like even up to or not the race, but the event. It's not really a race. It's more of an event than a race, honestly. Even up to the event, I was like, I really don't want to run because I feel horrible. I feel disgusting. Like I feel, that her blocking me on everything affected me really hard. And I was this close to not running it. But I didn't want to look like a wimp in front of my family because I was doing it with my family. I was doing it with my 2 sisters and my uncle. And, we decided that we would all do it as a family, right? Which is funny because I ended up running past them and being ahead of them by a whole mile in the event, and then towards the end they passed me because I was gassed out by mile 10, and I'll get into why. But yeah, so that was kind of my mentality going into that race. I was like, I really don't want to do this. Sorry, not a race, an event, not a race. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go do 13.1. I'm just going to go do the half marathon. And if worse comes to worse, I'll just walk the entire thing. Like, there's no rule that says you can't walk. And there was actually a lot of people that were just walking it. And I thought those people were really cool. I saw like a bunch of old people like just walking the whole thing. And I was like, that's awesome. That's sick. Like, they're coming out and they're doing that. Not a lot of people can say that they're going out to walk 13.1 miles, especially when they're that old. But yeah, so the event started and I was running with my sisters and my uncle. We were all together. We were basically in the same pack. But then I don't know what happened, but I just like, I got in the flow. Like I got something ticked inside of me and I was like, I have to go even harder. And I ended up like, I got scared because I thought I was not going to be able to maintain the pace that I was going. Because I felt like I was going pretty hard. but somehow I kept up. Like I was keeping my pace up. I was completely fine until about the I think the eighth or ninth mile was when I started giving out. And that was honestly just mainly because I didn't I'm cutting, I'm aggressive, I'm cutting pretty aggressively right now. So I'm barely eating carbs and stuff like that. I'm trying to keep my protein up. So I had barely any carbs going into the race. And I knew that. I fully expected to die out at some point because of the lack of carbs. Okay, I'm not really paying attention to this gameplay. That's probably why I'm losing. I just realized this guy's playing log bait too. God, I hate masturbators with a burning passion. They all need to die. Shit. Please. Oh, no. Nope, it's over. I think he has arrows. Oh, no. The prince is gonna... Yep. Oh, I hate masturbators. But yeah, so... I ended up passing the pack that me and my family were in. I was, like I said, I was a whole mile ahead of them. This was the beginning of the race, or event, sorry. And then by mile 10, I was completely gassed. I could not keep going. I probably walked the next mile or two. And they passed me. They caught up to me and they passed me. And I was honestly a little sad. I was a little man, I look like a loser right now. I did so well these past 10 miles, and now I'm walking these last two or whatever. And so it wasn't only because I didn't really eat carbs. It's also because I really had to poop. I don't know why, but there was a massive log inside of me, and I could feel it pressing on my abdomen or stomach or whatever. I could feel it pressing on my other organs every time I was trying to take a jog or a stride or whatever. I could feel it, and it just hurt so bad. And I was like, okay, I can't. I need to go use a porta potty or something. And there were no porta potties, and so I had to I just had to deal with it. But yeah, so it was a combination of me running out of carbs and the whole poop thing, and then yeah, I finished or the last half mile. There was a song that was waiting on my playlist to play for the entirety of that race, and it finally came on at that last half mile. And I don't know what happened, but it just it filled me with so much energy, and I sprinted the last half mile. I think it was either half mile or 3/4 of a mile, and I just sprinted the whole thing. And I was apparently my family were coming. They came off the sidelines to come behind me and help me push the last stretch or whatever. And I didn't even hear them. I didn't even notice them. That's how much I got into that song. I was waiting on that song for my entire run, and it finally popped up. And yeah, I just felt eternal bliss. I felt runner's high, and it was amazing. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my half a marathon. Would I do it again? No, hell no, hell no. You couldn't even pay me to do it again. It was fun. It was annoying. Those like I said, those 2 miles that I was walking, it felt like it was dragging for so long, and I hated it. But yeah, moral of the story is eat your carbs when you're running, and make sure you clear out your bowels before you run. Yeah. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please subscribe.